Howdy folks, this is Jim. I live in Texas, and this morning I'm at the Dallas Motorcycle Show. Just walked in the door, kind of winded. As I was going into the main parking lot, a cop jumped in front of me, said it was closed, and pointed me in the other direction. And I wound up parking where the demo rides were last year, which was close to the show. So I said, oh, this is okay. And there wasn't a person in the ticket booth. I was able to park right there free instead of paying the 10 bucks. So woohoo, I got free parking. Well, I found out why. This is Exhibit Hall A. And the place I parked was on the far side of the building on the other side of Exhibit Hall E. Now let me point out, this is Dallas, where J.R. Ewing lived. They don't do things small here. So when you go in an outlying parking lot, you walk like half a mile or 3/4 of a mile to get to E, and then you realize that E is the far end of a mile-long convention center. So I'm a little winded, but I haven't looked at the thing yet, so now it's time to go look at what the show has to offer. Hey, Mr. Custom Chopper Guy. The 1969 called. It would like to have its Harley back. Thank you. Well, I heard rumors that Honda was going to discontinue the ST1300. Apparently they didn't. If you're interested in this kind of bike, if you're interested in an ST1300, they rent, the company here in Austin, or excuse me, here in Dallas, Sport Rider Rentals, that rents them, and I rented one 2 years ago and really liked it. It wasn't quite the right bike for me, but it was very close. It's a pretty good bike for somebody who's a serious rider. No doubt. The only reason to buy a Honda 250 is because you just insist on fuel injection. Because other than that, it has absolutely nothing on my 2004 Ninja 250. It's slower, heavier, probably less comfortable. No reason to buy one except for fuel injection. Well, here's the VFR that Bilma wants. Here you are, Bilma. You know you want one. You're going to retire your existing VFR. You've told us you need to buy one of these. Honda's counting on you. After the tsunami in Japan, the least you can do is buy your next VFR. New, one of these cool ones. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a gigantic muffler like that? It's awesome. Just the muffler alone justifies the price of the whole bike. And plus, you can get it with a paddle shifter. So they finally caught up to my 2008 FJR in that respect. This is kind of clever. It's kind of clever. Got kind of a, has anybody ever thought of doing a custom bike based on the Geiger alien monsters from the movies? Well, I doubt if anybody ever has. This guy's the first guy, probably. And we got to give him credit for doing a reasonably good job of it. So we can get it in the frame here. So if you enjoyed the movie Alien, if you're a Sigourney Weaver fan, this is the bike for you. Okay. Well, choppers aren't famous for tight turning radius, so if you're gonna build a bike that needs a Walmart parking lot to turn in, this is the way to do it. I will give the builder credit for the bike itself is the attraction on this one. Several of these custom bikes are really, belong in an art show because they're really the kind of the airbrushed artist, work is what's, special about them. Oh, look at the hollow tire. That's kind of cute. I mean, that's okay. I mean, that makes some kind of a statement. I'm not sure what, but it does. It's got two tires in there, like a semi, but it doesn't turn as well as a semi. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That's one of the better custom bikes they've had at this show, I think. Okay, now we're getting into some proper motorcycles. What is this, a ZX14? Is that what this is? A ZX1000. It's got set up to tour. I like the blacked out look. If you're going to go black, go black. Don't put chrome on it. Make everything black. I look for things like you could put a bar riser there, and it looks like they gave you some extra string if you want to do that. This would be a pretty good bike. I wouldn't mind this. I mean, it's fixed windshield, but for the right kind of rider, that's fine. So even though I ride a Yamaha, I do like several of the Ninjas, and I don't know my Ninja models as well as I should. There's a 250. It's the second generation, which is sort of not as good as the first generation, really, in any measurable respect. I understand in Europe they can be had with fuel injection, but does this one still have a choke? Yes, this one has a choke, just like my 2004. But this will certainly beat the pants off of that single-cylinder Honda. There's no doubt about that. Ninja 650, all-around motorcycle, suitable for any purpose. Outstanding motorcycle. There's the concourse. I'm sorry, Kawasaki, and I own a Kawasaki. That was a swing and a miss. Don't tell anybody who owns one. But the K-Pass system on there, that's like a joke. Come on. This is a motorcycle. It's out in the elements. It's not a stinking Buick. You don't need a keyless start button that's not going to work on the worst day of the year, probably, Christmas Eve when you're going to riding to see mom and you're halfway between Van Horn and Junction. It's going to let you down. And the fixed seat, you sit on that, you better be sure that it fits you because there's no adjusting in that seat. If that seat is what it is, it either fits you or it doesn't. Euro pays your money and takes your chance. But, they're not horrible. But the FJR and the Honda ST1300 are just far superior. Yes, it has a little bit more quarter mile time. Not much, but a few tenths of a second in a quarter mile. On the other hand, it has a smaller gas tank, so if we're actually going somewhere, which is what that kind of bike is for, then I'm going to beat you because you're going to have to stop before I do, because I can go another 70 or 80 miles, at least, maybe 100 miles more than you. KLR, World Traveler's Friends. There you are, Atlas Rider. Got him almost all the way to the tip of South America. Got Tracy and Bilma up and back from Alaska, coming back the long way. You'll have to see Tracy's and Bilma's comments on that, and I'll let them speak for their affection for the KLR, but a lot of people like them. Dirt bikes, I couldn't ride that in a million years.